Okay, next I'm gonna adjust the valves to make sure our valves are in spec. We've got new cylinder, new piston head. We've messed with our cam chain in there, and this being a used ATV, I want to go ahead and make sure those valves are in spec so we don't have any other issues when we stick this into the machine. So we'll remove our valve covers. We've got our exhaust valves over here and our intake valves over here. Go ahead and remove your timing inspection plug from over here. We want this to be lined up with our line here, and we want it to be on the compression stroke, so neither one of these is pressed down. We're not on the exhaust stroke, we're not on the intake stroke. To do this, it's easier to pull out your spark plug so you don't have pressure buildup in the cylinder. That will allow it to rotate freely. For right now, I know that my camshaft is level with the head, and I've got my timing mark over here that I can see. But I'm going to rotate this around. You'll see the intake valves move and you'll see the exhaust valves move. Then when they both are up and you go around again, you should be on the compression stroke. So what you're going to see is the valves move on the intake side. You'll see the valves move on the exhaust side. What you want to do is have this timing mark be when neither one of these valves are moving, and that is when your piston is at top dead center on that compression stroke when neither of these valves are open. So they should both be up. There should be a little bit of play in them, and you should be on your compression stroke knowing that your piston is at the top. Now our exhaust valves are opening up. Our exhaust valves are closing. Intake valves open. Intake valves close. Now go until you see your timing mark down in the inspection hole. Alright, it's right there. And you should have your piston at top dead center. You can feel it right up here at the top. And neither one of these valves should be open, and you should be a little bit of play in them. If there's not any play, then your tolerances are out of spec. So that's what we're going to do. I don't have any play on my intake. I've got a little tiny bit on the exhaust. We're going to totally readjust everything here. So you'll need a valve adjustment tool. I've got this made up out of flooring screw, which is that square head drive. If you don't have one of these tools, I'll leave a link down in the description for your valve adjustment tool. You can pick it up there. So this is a 1/8" square drive, and then we've got an 8mm nut up here. Now just grab your feeler gauges. You should be 0.004 for the intake and 0.006 for the exhaust. That's an inch. For 550 and your 700 H1, this is your valve clearance for that. And then for your 1000, your V-twin H2 models, this will be your engine clearances for that. If you have an Arctic Cat 500, this is your intake and exhaust clearances for those models. And if you have a 400, this is your intake clearances for that model. I'm working on a 700 H1 model here. So these are my clearances that I'm going to be using. Your feeler gauge should be parallel in there with the top, so you may need to bend the end of it a little bit so it is the correct position. It should be resting flat on the valve, so make sure that you get it in there at the correct position. This one is too tight here, so I'm going to go ahead and start adjusting. We're going to loosen up our jam nut. Then I can just use this to adjust my clearance right like that, and then get my feeler gauge under there right on top of the valve. Should be able to move a little bit of movement there, right there. Go ahead and tighten this down. And then double check to make sure it didn't get out from where you wanted it. Double check that clearance, that you have that little bit of movement, and then go on to the other side. You should have the slightest bit of play in them. You should be able to feel it, but they shouldn't be tight onto the valves. That is what your clearance is. Alright, now I've switched over to the exhaust side. One of these has the proper clearance, but the other side doesn't. I'm just going to readjust both of them since this is a used machine. I want to make sure that these are all correct. So go ahead and loosen up our nut, get our feeler gauge in there. And this side is the exhaust side, so make sure you're using the correct feeler gauge for that, and make sure that you are flat on top of your valve in there. So you may need to bend your feeler gauge slightly to get under there. Just go until your feeler gauge is slightly, you want a little bit of resistance but a little loose so you can move it, tighten that down. Then just double check it before you close everything up. You should have that correct tolerance in there. Then there should be a slight bit of play. You can hear that little click in there. So now we're good to go. Both of these are adjusted. You got our nuts tightened up. We'll put our valve inspection caps back on. You just snug these caps down. You don't want to overdo it because you're just going into aluminum here. Then you can throw your timing inspection plug back in. Make sure you still have your brass washer on there, and you can snug that down. We'll throw our spark plug back in so we don't get any dirt up in the cylinder. Alright, we're getting things buttoned back up on this engine, and we're going to get it ready to go back in the Prowler, so tune in next time. We've got a few different things to fix up on the Prowler itself, so be sure to subscribe, follow along, and I'll catch you in the next video.